Hey everybody, it's Glenda here from Cynically Glenda. I haven't made a video for a while, and on my other channel it's been like 5 months, which I was really surprised about. Anyhow, I've been reflecting on snark communities and communities where members, and I'm talking about online communities, where members take great effort, pleasure, enjoyment out of attacking people, particularly to do with online personalities. Now, recently, it was discovered that the owner of Tattle Life was in fact a man and not the alias that the account was set up under. And the funny thing is, this guy has at least 2 aliases that I'm aware of. He set up a community called Tattle Life where people systematically tear shreds off people just for the hell of it. And it really reminds me of when we were in high school, particularly when it was good fun, apparently, to make fun of people, to bully people, to talk about people behind their backs, to spread lies about them. The only bad thing about this is now it's gone to the extreme. There's a couple, Neil and Donna Sands, who became a discussion in one of these threads. And from what I understand, she's into fashion, and I'm not exactly sure what he's into. I haven't completely looked into them that much. They're an Irish couple, and they were targeted by a thread on Tattle Life. And I think it was a 45-page thread. I think that's what it was. Talking about them. And they shared a story where they were in a dining, eating dinner in a restaurant, and someone approached them, introduced themselves, look, I recognize you, blah, blah, blah. This person friended them on social media. They had a nice little discussion, chatting back and forward, and it turns out this person was actually a lawyer. It was a woman. A couple of hours later, after they all went their own way, exact details of this conversation was put onto this thread. And then a little bit later on, their home address was put onto this thread. A lot of personal details was put on for the whole world to see. Now, unfortunately, they knew of one person that was involved in this Tattle Life thread. But generally, as a rule, most people on Tattle Life are anonymous, so they can get away with it. And it's the same with Reddit. I've been on Reddit. I've followed a particular chat thread, or subreddit as they call them. But these people had just about had their lives put on social media. Very personal information put onto social media. And they went after and successfully sued Tattle Life to expose the creator, the owner of the website. And I think good on them. I really do, because until recently I was involved with a subreddit gossip or group. And it's all to do with the whole chateau DIY renovation, French renovation community on YouTube. And a lot of them know each other, or they at some point have come into contact with one another. Probably about a year ago, I started to question one particular YouTube content creator because things weren't adding up. So I started to investigate, and in the process I came across Tattle Life, and I also came across Reddit. And both of them have their own little groups, subreddits, threads, where they bitch and whinge about it. And quite often they will post personal information about these people. Now, and the funny thing is, this is something that I've noticed. A lot of people who are members on Tattle in this particular thread are also members of, or are involved with these subreddit chats, because you see information being passed to and from. And you also discover that they are actually subscribers to this particular channel. And I find that what they talk about is just, it's beyond being sarcastic or funny or comedy or whatever they like to, some of it gets really nasty. In the Reddit thread that I have been involved in, I noticed that they are heavily homophobic. But it's only to do with this one particular character, because as far as they're concerned, because of a number of things, he must be gay. But that's not necessarily the case. And there's rampant homophobic crap being posted there. And whenever someone tries to address this issue, they get bullied out of the group. Now, I started to change what I was posting and what I was saying, simply because I could see a lot of people making shit up, or they were using Tattle Life as their reference. And when I was producing evidence of certain situations, they would question it. And then they would counter with something that they, And I've got nothing against that sort of thing. But it's like, they really don't care what they say. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care about the consequences of what they're doing. And the funny thing is, you cannot get through to these people. They hate watch a lot of the videos. Others don't even watch these YouTube channels. They just go by what they see in these chat groups on Tattle Life and Reddit. And you go through the conversation thread under a particular post, and you will see people saying things and they have no clue what is going on, because A, they don't watch the videos, or B, they just read the transcripts, or C, they fast forward through them. So they don't really get what's going on. And I think that happens a lot with YouTubers. People start to hate watch them for some reason. And what they don't understand is, just because they read the transcript, or just because they fast forward through it, they're still contributing to the channel. Like, if they fast forward through it, they're definitely paying or providing ad revenue for the YouTuber. And creating these conversation threads, these where people talk back and forth, and quite a lot of it is negative and often misinformation. I don't think they really understand that it brings attention to the channels, and it gives them the opportunity, these creators, to earn even more money. But and some of them just don't let go of things. They're like a dog with a bone. They will not let go of it. Like this one particular YouTuber has a criminal record, and the crime that he was actually convicted for, he committed it like 12 years ago, and the other thing that he was guilty of was from 2007, 2009, somewhere around there. And since then, he's more than made up for it as far as I'm concerned. I'm the kind of person that his past doesn't affect me. I just watch his channel because he's entertaining. And it's the same with these other people. I enjoy watching their channels and their videos. And when this one particular YouTuber starts rabbiting on about things that I think she's either lying about or she's making excuses for, I just roll my eyes and I just listen to it anyway, because if you don't watch the videos and you don't listen to them, you don't get the full story. Because when you're watching a video and you're watching it in real time at normal pace, there may be things in the background that you may not see otherwise. And there may be things said or done that are not recorded in the transcript. So I think they are just nasty people who think it's okay to tear shreds off someone and make stories up about people and expose their personal information. It's nobody's business but theirs. If they have a relationship breakup or they commit a crime, if they want to share that with you or it's public knowledge, then great. But if it's not, mind your business. Really, it's none of your business. You know, there was and I'll explain this in another video, where one YouTuber took about 2 months off, and there was a lot going on in the background, and we sort of kind of figured what was going on. But some of these people want to know the personal details of what went on. They want to know the nitty gritty and who was bitchy with who, and that's none of your business. But hey, so anyway, what I'm going to do from now on, I'm going to spend a bit of time in these communities, these subreddits, and I'm going to try and do some research on Tattle Life, although it's hard to get into it because you have to join, and it's very protected now because of what's happened with the owner of Tattle Life. But you're still able to get some bits and pieces, especially when you have members of Tattle Life sharing it in Reddit, and that's exposed to the whole world. So I'm going to try and come back on a regular basis. I would like to talk about a number of different things. At the moment, I'm going to be talking about snark communities, or communities that like to put some shade on YouTubers, influencers, social media content creators, and it's not always from the best sources. It's not always the truth. Because, like I said, I've been a part of Reddit for probably over a year, and more particularly this particular thread. I'm going to find out more about Neil and Donna Sands, and I'll talk about them as well. So anyway, you enjoyed it. Catch you later. Bye.